Hello friends, today our topic is limit. When we have to think about the term calculus, then the first term come in mind, that is limit. Today our topic is what do you mean by the limit or what the limit is. In mathematics, a limit is the value that a function or sequence approaches as the input or index approaches some value. The limits are essential to calculus and mathematical analysis in general and are used to define the continuity, derivatives and integrals. Let us define the limit in a different manner. Let us define a function fx, that is x square minus 1 upon x minus 1. Let we have the value of x is equal to 1. So what is the value of f1? That is 1 square minus 1 upon 1 minus 1, or the result is 0 by 0. Particularly 0 by 0 is undefined. So we need to answer this in a different way. So that means when that type of function is there, so we cannot find out the value. So instead of trying to work it out for x is equal to 1, let's try approaching it closer and closer. That means let's check the table. Here we are not directly putting the value of x is equal to 1. Rather than we are at first putting the value of x is equal to 0.5, and for that the value of the function is 1.5. Now we are increasing the value, that is 0.9. The value of the function is now 1.9. Once again we are increasing the value of x, that is 0.99. Now the value of the function is 1.99. In that way, we are increasing the value of x up to 1, not equal to 1, but we are approaching to 1, the value of x. In that way, we can find the value of the function is approaching to 2. So that means now we see that x gets close to 1, then the function value gets close to 2. So what is happening here? When the value of x is equal to 1, we don't know the answer. It is indeterminate or undefined. But we can see that it is going to be 2. The value is 2. So we want to give the answer 2, but we cannot because the value is not true. So instead, mathematicians say exactly what is going on by using the special word, and that is known as limit. The limit of that function as x approaches 1 is 2, and we write it in the symbolic way, that is lim of x tends to 1, that is x square minus 1 upon x minus 1 is equal to 2. So it is a very special way of saying ignoring what happens when we get there. But as we get closer and closer, the answer gets closer and closer to 2. That means when the value of x is getting close to 1, the value of the function is getting close to 2. As a graph, it looks like this. Just look at the graph here. Here, suppose we are expecting the value of x as minus 1. So when the value of x is equal to minus 1, the result is minus 1 whole square minus 1 upon minus 1 minus 1, or that is 0 by minus 2 or 0. So the value of y is equal to, or the value of the function is 0. Now when the value of x is equal to 0, that is giving us 0 square minus 1, 0 minus 1, or the result is 1. Now when the value of x is equal to 2, what is happening? That is 2 square minus 1, 2 minus 1, or that is 3. So that is there. But what is happening here? When the value of x is equal to 1, the result is 0 by 0. So we are putting a hole in the graph. So according to graph, we can say that the value of x is at 1. We cannot give out the value of the function. But we can say that when we approaching to 1, the limit is 2, because that is the point where the value 2 is up there. So the function is approaching. Now before in the table already we have discussed that now x is approaching to 1 in that manner, that is 0.5, 0.9, 0.99 in that way. Now suppose we are approaching to 1 for the value of x, but from the value of greater than 1. That means at first when we are putting the value of x is equal to 1.5, the value of the function is 2.5. When the value of x is equal to 1.1, the value of the function is 2.1. When 1.01, that is 2.01 value is for the function. So that means at that moment we are decreasing the value of x but approaching to 1. In the same manner, we can see here the value of the function is also approaching to 2. So it may be the 1 is in the middle point of x. We may approaching at the first time when that is less than 1. That is 0.5, 0.9 in that way. But the value of the function was approaching to 2. Already we have seen. And here we are approaching from the value of greater than 1. That is from 1.5, 1.1, 1.01 in that way. But once again we can see that the value of the function is approaching to 2. So from the both side of 1, when the x value is approaching, then the value of the function is approaching to 2. But that is the case of that function. Let us check another function. Suppose that is fx, not defined here, but when that is x tends to a minus, that means when that is the point a minus means when all the values are less than a, and a plus means when all the values are greater than a. So when that function is approaching from the left hand side, the value is 3.8. When it is approaching from the right hand side, the value is 1.3. So here not the limit x tends to a minus or limit tends to a plus are same. So we have to say the limit x tends to a does not exist. That is 3.8 from the left and 1.3 from the right. And we use the left hand limit and use the sign minus. When that is right hand limit, that is plus. So when both the value are different, we can say the limit does not exist. Now once again we are backing up to the first function, that is x square minus 1 upon x minus 1. So when we are have the left hand limit, the value is 2, and that is also true for the right hand limit. In both the cases we have seen that is the value of the function is approaching to 2. So we can say the limit exists, and here we can say the limit x tends to 1, x square minus 1 upon x minus 1 is equal to 2. So that is the main conception of limit. Now the second question arises in mind, are that the limits only for the difficult functions? Limits can be used even when we know the value when we get there. Nobody said they are only for the difficult functions. Let us suppose a function that is x by 2 and x approaching to 10. We have the value that is 10 by 2 is equal to 5. So we know perfectly well that the 10 by 2 is equal to 5, but limits can still be used here in that manner if we want really. But instead of saying a limit equals some value because it looked like it was going to, we can have a more formal definition. So let's start with a general idea. From English to mathematics, that means from language to mathematics. Let's say it in English first. Fx, the function, gets close to some limit as x gets close to some value. When we call the limit capital L and the value that x gets close to a, we can say fx gets close to capital L as x gets close to a, and we say it fx tends to L as x tends to a. Now, what is a mathematical way of saying close? Could we subtract one value from the other? Example, suppose 4.01 minus 4, the value is 0.01. The second example, that is 3.8 minus 4, the result is minus 0.2. Okay, we never say that is negatively close. No, that does not work in real English. We really need to say, I don't care about positive or negative. I just want to know how far. So, that is known as the absolute value in mathematics, and that is written in the way of modulus a minus b. So, example of the first one give us the result as 0.01. The second one give us the result is 0.2. That means how far? That is 0.01 unit. How far? That is 0.2 unit. And when the modulus of a minus b is small, we know we are close. So we write the modulus of fx minus L is small when modulus of x minus a is small. Let's check with the graph. The first one, when we have the value of x at 1, that means x is equal to 1, a is equal to 1. So modulus of x minus a is equal to 0. Here the fx minus L give us that the value as undefined. The second graph, when x is equal to 1.7. So what is the value of modulus x minus a? That is 0.7. In that way, we can find from the graph that the modulus of fx minus L is equal to 0.7. So that is when 0.7, that is 0.7. Same as when the value of x is equal to minus 0.7, that is modulus of x minus a is equal to 1.7. And the modulus of fx minus L is equal to same as 1.7, and the value of the function is 0.3L. So that is when the modulus of x minus a increases, the modulus value of fx minus a L also increases. Let's check with another two value. When x is equal to 8.4, so modulus of x minus a is equal to 7.4. Here the modulus of fx minus L is equal to 7.4. So that means when the value of modulus x minus a increases, that value also increases. That is also once again when x is equal to minus 9.5. The modulus of x minus a is equal to 10.5, and also the modulus value of fx minus L is equal to 10.5. So simply we can say the fx approaches L is equal to 2 as x approaches a is equal to 1. So modulus of fx minus 2 is small when we have the modulus of, or the absolute value of x minus 1 is small. And that is the main conception of limit. In the next video lecture, we will discuss about the term infinity and with the connection for limit.